Hey y'all, so we're back again
Hey y'all.
For episode 12 because we're a little behind, but we're getting back into Darcey and Stacey, episode 12 of season 4. We start off in New York, Florida and Georgie. Darcey and Stacey check out of the hotel.
Oh yeah.
And
we know they're gonna head back to visit their dad who just had a stroke.
Yeah.
I said this already, but this is one of my favorite scenes I've ever seen in the show.
Yeah.
Is the way the checkout goes down. There's some weird, because we're not just dealing with this stroke thing, but we also just got the revelation that Darcey and Georgie hooked up, which sort of takes all the heat off of Georgie.
Yeah.
Like everything you think he's done that's bad, he has been being sort of misled by Darcey, so it's no longer just his fault.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's not his fault at all.
Mm.
Maybe it's Darcey's fault.
It's a gray area, and we enjoy investigating nuance here on our channel.
Yeah. So more than anything, we want to know about this situation, but we also have to know about they're going home. You know, there's this balance of, there's more important things in relationships right now, which is rare for Darcey.
But yeah, in this situation, as they're loading the car, I guess, to get ready to go back home, Darcey and Georgie are talking.
Yeah, they basically...
And Georgie basically, confronts her and is just like, why are you acting like...
Why are you ignoring me?
Yeah, why are you ignoring me acting like I ain't got no chance when we just hooked up?
Yeah.
You're making me feel dumb because that gave me hope.
Yeah. And also, why are you ignoring me? And also, why are you acting like we didn't hook up? And why are you talking about other guys when you know I'm into you? Yeah. It was like those two big things. He's like in front of her. Yeah,
and she's just like,
Did she take the blame?
No.
I know. Never, dude. She hurt this guy, man. And even if she doesn't have to get back with him, but she should at least admit.
She basically just said that she was stressed and it was a mistake and she wants to forget it ever happened.
Yeah, it's so mean. And also, it's like, anything you want, Georgie, I don't have to give it to you because right now I have to deal with my family and my dad.
Yeah, my stroked out dad.
All your emotions and all your bad feelings, you need to, shut up, basically, because none of that can compete with my problems.
But she does confess to the hookup.
Yeah, she at least confesses. Yeah. But she says, I didn't want anyone to know about that. She says that to him. She says that to the camera crew. Yeah. Oh, it's so gross.
Darcey looking bad.
It's sort of like, you're so lucky your dad had the stroke. Just so you can use it to get out of this. Like, there's like a creepiness to this where it's like, she's just using this bad situation to her advantage.
I didn't even thought of it like that. That's right.
I don't think she thinks like that, but it's sort of like, sort of true.
Alright. Floyd and Stacey come out and finish packing.
Yeah, there's more packing up and whatever.
And then,
I don't know. I think they just all say goodbyes and hug and stuff, basically. And
by the way,
Georgie never really gets an answer here. I feel like he's just told to move on, and
he never gets. Georgie is never on the end of anything satisfactory.
Yeah. I wish he would get his own dating show or something. He should have a Flava Flav type show.
Yeah.
How about this? Flava Flav type show. All the contestants are people from 90 Day Fiancé who are just single now. It's all these people from the past.
No, you can't do too many things. You can't mix 90 Day Fiancé and...
He's from 90 Day Fiancé, more or less. This is the 90 Day Fiancé
style.
It is Flava Flav style.
But don't add 90 Day Fiancé.
It's the 90 Day Fiancé extended universe.
No.
So he's going to have all of them.
I get that, but don't. I think you should just make it a random.
Who are we going to bring?
New cast, random.
Why don't you stop taking good ideas off the table and put some good ideas on the table?
I just did new cast randoms.
Nah, that's not good. Because you know who we could bring back? Alina, the little girl with the guy in Russia who got canceled for saying the N-word on Instagram. You know who we could bring back? Lisa with Soulja Boy. Is that the one who called him?
No, these are you.
We're gonna bring back all of the canceled ones.
I don't want to see any of this. This is a terrible idea.
Who else we get?
If you think this idea sucks, let us know in the comments.
If you think my idea is great, Why don't you list some of the females that you want to come back?
Why does it have to be females?
Because it's Georgie. He's interested in females.
Fine.
He doesn't like dick parties. Remember? Don't get you want to get yourself pummeled like Michael Benz? You want to get yourself pummeled to the ground like Michael Benz? You better not be talking trash about what Georgie is interested in. I mix them up sometimes. They're very similar. The main difference is I believe Florian doesn't know how to swim and Georgie does.
Yeah,
that's the main difference between them.
Main difference.
There's not anyone you would put on that show that you could think of?
I wonder.
You would know. See, you know way more people than me. That's why I was hoping you would give some answers.
Yeah, I do know.
But you just don't like the idea so much that you won't contribute. We can get that. Who's that girl who went to Tanzania and she got all the money from their family, and she was like real young and kind of dumb, and had that little kid she brought with her on 90 Day Fiance.
Tanzania.
I think she went to Tanzania with, or maybe it wasn't there. I think she was dating a Muhammad, or no, his name started with an A. Like, all the 90 Day Fiance fans who are watching this, I know you guys are screaming it. Nicole and...
Oh, Nicole and Azan from Morocco?
Yeah, Morocco, okay.
Yeah.
We can get her. We can get that girl with Bilal. The girl you got in a fight with on Instagram.
No.
Didn't you get in a fight? Oh, no, that was a different girl. That was the girl who's with Jesse now.
Yeah.
We can get her. And Bilal's dating that other girl who's blackfishing. Bilal
was the girl who was actually black.
There's a girl named Bilal? I think there's a guy who's black.
No, there's a guy named Bilal.
And he's mixed.
No, he was like Arab. I think it's somebody else. I don't know, Darcey. You don't know your 90 Day Fiance well enough.
I don't know it well enough.
So it's hard to converse.
But you know what would be great? You do. And you could have added to this idea. Instead, I got me.
It's a bad idea, so I'm not going to contribute to negativity.
Whatever. Flavor of Georgie. Georgie of love. I don't know. I'm just
That's fine. I'm just saying new cast. Don't farm cast from other seasons.
You should farm a couple.
No.
Dude, everyone loved it when New York came back on season 2 of Flavor Flav.
It doesn't...
Why are you humming like I'm not wrong? Like, everyone loved it when New York came back on season 2 of Flavor Flav.
It's not the same.
They invented that so that every show that copied that used that same format.
She was on a new cast, and then she came back on season 2.
Yeah.
She didn't come back from an old rent, like... I'm too tired.
I'm right.
He's wrong.
Tell me I'm right, folks.
Tell me he's wrong, and I'm right.
Dude, give the Georgie is boring. We need people amongst the women choices that are going to be interesting too.
I ran in 90 Day Fiance.
Dude, people are going to pop when they see their old favorites come back. And a lot of these people didn't do much. Georgie's got 3 seasons of love with Darcey. All right, whatever. Just move on. So annoyed by having my great ideas. Just like nobody around me can support me.
Yeah, they're just getting squandered.
I feel like Stacey right now. Like, where's Florian to support me?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, he won't even.
Meanwhile, you're outside, chasing Georgie around, you butt buddies.
Passing up modeling gigs.
Passing up modeling gigs so you could drink with Georgie. That did happen in one episode, by the way.
So yeah, let's see.
Fishbacking. Next thing we know, they go to Connecticut.
Okay, Connecticut. Stacey and
Stacey and Darcey and Florian.
And Florian join dad and daughters to to see how they are, to just catch up. I think only one daughter.
Was it?
Yeah,
the other girl's still in school.
College, yeah.
There's a big dinner scene. I thought they were all there for some reason.
I don't remember the other daughter. I think it's just the littler daughter.
That could be. I can't remember it. They don't really say much, so maybe they were not both there. I thought they were both there for some reason.
Dad's a little bit slow and he's wearing a robe, so.
I didn't think I noticed it. You said you noticed you thought he was speaking slow?
Not wildly, but yes, a little bit.
He himself says he notices that he's speaking slow. But I couldn't tell the difference, to be honest. Yeah. I was like, did they just put this guy in a robe? I actually started thinking this was fake for a little bit.
No, I think it's real.
I think it's real now. That I've seen everything.
He's like 73.
But the reason why I thought it was fake is I thought they were looking for a reason to do a cheap wedding in Connecticut.
Because
because the wedding ends up being real cheap.
Real cheap. Like real light.
And I was like, maybe if they make this whole stroke storyline, then they don't have to pay a bunch of money for like an elaborate Miami wedding or something.
That wedding was ugly.
This is a conspiracy theory, but
yeah, maybe. Yeah. Wait, where are we?
So this actually, I left out. Do they have dinner yet? I think they have dinner. They eat spaghetti. They talk about the stroke, and they talk about how, he's not going to be able to go to Miami basically to be a part of the wedding.
Right.
Because he's kind of weak.
Right.
So the next thing is Florian and Darcey are messing around with a coffee machine. Do you remember this?
No.
Yeah. I said Darcey and Stacey. I'm sorry. This is Florian and Stacey are messing around with the coffee machine. Do you remember this? Like, Stacey makes Florian coffee, and she's like, I know how you like your coffee. And he's like, this is not good. You will never be a barista.
I do remember that. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's hard.
You'll never be a barista. I know one thing.
That's so mean.
Yeah, crushed Stacey's dreams of being a barista. Mean old Florian is at it again. Don't worry, they'll fight about that soon. So they basically say, we got to move the wedding to Connecticut.
Yeah, because their dad's just too sick, and they call the wedding planner, and they're just like, hey, we moved wedding to Connecticut. Can you do it in like a fucking week?
She weirdly doesn't snap like I thought she would. Yeah. So she's like, okay, yeah.
I think that happens to wedding planners a lot. Cause I used to watch those wedding shows.
Oh, Bridezilla, was that the one?
That was one of them. There's all types of ones. And it seems like...
Say yes to
and
the
it seems
dress.
like weddings are always very much like random things be happening near the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you have to move the whole thing from Miami to Connecticut? Yeah. That happens?
But like weddings always be getting like fucked up for shit. Like...
I don't think I've ever known in real life that ever happens.
Yeah, maybe it's on TV to get the TV trope. Probably not.
I'm trying to think of like, yeah.
Usually you just get
no one I know has ever had like something that bad happen.
You just get married every time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's usually not all.
By the way, they're already married.
Yeah.
By the way, if we haven't said that enough times.
Yeah, they're already married. But anyway, so yeah, the wedding planner is gonna help, and then Florian and Stacey fight about some just random.
Fight about ? Fun have limit.
Yeah, I think it's just Stacey being upset that Florian doesn't let her be as free, or like her to be as free as she would like.
There's a weird thing where Stacey says something like, we're going to say our vows, but are we going to mean them? Mm. And she says it sort of like implying, Florian, are you going to do what you're supposed to do? Yeah. Like, and be my husband the right way? Yeah. And Florian's like, what are you talking about?
Their conversations are all very weird.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Their conversations never make much sense, honestly.
But there's a funny part where Stacey's like, I have my own rules. And Florian goes, what rules? Like, you have no rules? He implies her not having any rules, and that's why he has to have rules. Because, like, sort of like implying, like, Stacey would be just like...
lawless?
Yeah, lawless. It's like... yeah, it's like anarchy versus law and order. That's like the argument they have. Yeah.
Yeah. It's very vague.
Yeah, it's weird as hell.
They never really put in perspective exactly what is they're talking about in terms of incidents and behaviors in their day-to-day lives. So it's kind of confusing.
And by the way, this episode is a big nothing episode.
Yeah.
Because I'm just looking ahead. Yeah. And we can even like skim this real fast. I'll say it real fast. Darcey goes to Stacey's apartment. It smells bad.
Back in Miami.
In Miami. Yeah. So Darcey goes to Miami. Stacey's apartment smells bad. They have this like sister joking. Yeah. Ha ha ha. He smells like farts and no, it doesn't. You're exaggerating. Blah, blah, blah. All right. She gets the dress. Then Darcey goes to the bar to meet with Zach. Mm-hmm. And this is one big thing is they're having this flirty time again. Although Darcey does bring up my ex-fiance fought somebody and my dad had a mini stroke, was just like a lot to load. This is, by the way, date number 2.
And then she invites Zach to come to the wedding with her.
Yes.
And she lets him know that, her ex-fiance will be there, and for him to not feel threatened or intimidated.
Yeah, I got an idea for our 3rd date. Maybe we could do something a little more, I don't know, come to a wedding with me where my ex-fiance is going to be. And my dad just had a stroke. You can meet him. See how guys get along now that his brain's working a little different. Then they dance. They dance at
the little bar date they're having.
Leslie and Darcey talk at Darcey's apartment in Miami. Basically, Leslie suggests that Darcey should tell Zach that she slept with Georgie. Mm-hmm. To be clear, it's kind of an interesting scene because we've seen everything now, and I basically think she doesn't do that. Yeah, I don't think she does that. So this is kind of just like a dead end. Kind of plot point. Yeah, and Darcey wants to fuck Zach. She just getting that. She just got the, yeah. Oh yeah, because she's trying on like a thong. You remember? That's why I wrote that, because she's like putting a thong over her pants. Like it was like lingerie thong. Mm-hmm. And she was like, I want Zach to unwrap me. Unwrap me, Zach. Actually, no, that's the impression for I gotta save that impression. That's for the drunk friend at the wedding. Oh, God, I hate the friend. The drunk friend at the wedding. Come here. Come here. Come here, Stacey's dad, and dance with me. Yeah, rub on me real good. Ew. Anyway. I think it's supposed to be Stacey and Florian. You put D in Florian. Yes, you're right. Stacey and Florian get therapy, couples therapy from their officiant. Their wedding officiant. It turns out, hey, good news. He's also a therapist. As well as an officiant. Basically what happens is that in the beginning, Florian's like, yeah, no, I have my ways and I'm set and I'm not going to change. And they're just, and Stacey and the officiant are like, no, that's bad. And then Florian's just like, okay, all right, I'm wrong, sorry, I'll do better now. It seems like Florian is kind of just like, you know what, I don't feel like fighting this battle. At one point, he's just like, boom, we're good. He does say, boom, I apologize. Like, boom, that's what you wanted? You got it. Yeah. You're my queen, I'll do anything for you. And it's just made up, no. One thing that's funny, one thing that annoyed me about this again is like, I feel like Florian's language barrier allows Stacey to basically get away with just saying vague things about Florian. Yeah. And everyone's like, oh, Florian must be doing a bunch of bad stuff. But again, she never gives any examples of what he's actually done. Yeah. So she can be like, he's just treating me different and he keeps grabbing me and not letting me have fun. And it goes, how do you say it? Stripper pole? He doesn't even know how to say stripper pole. Like, how is this guy going to hold up his own? At one point she goes, he won't let me even like say what I want to say, and Florian just looks at the officiant like, hasn't she been talking the whole time? Like, when have I stopped her from saying what she wants to say? Like, I've said 3 words. Like I always say, Florian truly earns his green card. Yeah. he's not no lazy immigrant. Yeah, I think he should get full American status. I think he should actually get full citizenship, and then Stacey should have hers removed. I think he's done such a good job dealing with her that he should absorb her citizenship. Absorb, like Kirby. Swallow her and spit her out. He spits her out, and then he has her powers. That's what Kirby does, right? Yeah. Okay. All right, so that's that episode. That was a short summary, but nothing happened. So, but the finale is about to be popping. So we'll get back to you in a little bit. See you soon. Bye. Oof. Hell yeah.